the scenes. Oh, I don't know. That was a good shot, huh? That's a Tennessee or
I think it was Georgia.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the Blockchain Brew Show, our Monday special. We got weekend news. We have Trentonator in the house. We got charts, TA, bubbles, SEC, Trump, everything that you can want on a regular nightly show. We have it for you tonight, and we are excited to give it to you. We've been waiting all day to get off of work so we can bring it here to you tonight. That's right. But before we get started, guys, remember, YouTube, smash that like button. Not down, but up. Not down, but up. Because YouTube has the greatest algorithm on this planet, and it literally makes us ask, which is great because I don't ask for anything else in life, but like, and I hit the subscribe bell because we also need subs to keep on growing to put out this good content for you guys because it is not free. I mean, it really is kind of free, but it's not at the same time. But anyways, guys, check that out. Hit that like button, smash the subscribe bell, and I got for you tonight Triple Horn Brewery. Yes, sir. We're coming in with an IPA, 6.6% with Nordic lettering on the bottom. I don't know if you guys can see this. I'm trying to zoom it in on you, but it's very Nordic, which is awesome, guys. All right, let's get a good pop. I'm gonna get on camera. Oh, it smells like hops and fruit and bananas. Lots of green bananas. Trent, have you ever had a green banana IPA? I bet you have. I bet you have it. And I want to show you this pour. Woo-wee! It is brown. It is small. It is large. It is green. It is great. I got all head and no body. That's why we like it in this dang thing right here. This shaft. It is a very good shaft. It's all head. But yes, sir. Oh, it smells good today, boys. The markets are coming in. Yes, sir. Oh, I gotta get some music going. You guys
Hey, Breezy, what up?
All right, Trent, what do you got for us tonight, Trentonator?
Is that Bree?
Yeah. Bree. Got our little ASMR pop. And today I'm bringing back Arc of Lightning. We have a triple dry hopped, double hazy IPA coming in at 8.5%. This is a collaboration between Electric Brewing Company in sunny Temecula, California, and North Park Brewing Company in sunny San Diego, California.
Sunny San Diego. I didn't know San Diego got sun.
I'll go ahead and pour this for you guys. See the color right there, that nice opaque yellow.
Mine's not opaque. Mine's quite a bit darker than yours.
That's the Nesquik. Is she Nesquik today or is she Mesquik? We'll never know.
We'll never know.
Got that nice opaque yellow color for you guys. This is triple dry hopped with, let's see, what hops are in this? We've got Citra Dino Boost, Citra Cyro, Citra Galaxy, and Crush Cyro. There's 4 hops in this, and it's triple dry hop. So this one's got some bite, but it's still smooth and juicy, just the way we like it on the Blockchain Brew Show.
The most hydrated crypto brew show out on the interweb today's day and age.
The most hydrated crypto community on YouTube. So what are we jumping into right now? We want to plug a little Caleb and Brown.
Sure.
Before we get into it.
That? Yeah,
I'll
go for it.
I'll go ahead and share my screen.
Guys, big news!
We have, don't have a party in your pants that big. Yeah. I don't know. It's it's just an affiliate link, guys. It's just an affiliate link. However, they did say, down the road it could become more. So, send some positive vibes our way for that.
Trent, you didn't put anything on the screen.
I'm about to. So there's a link in our description that'll go to our personal landing page for Caleb and Brown, which is a crypto brokerage. And
They
before I
like it.
show our landing page, I'm going to show a little short from them. Let's see
I should
here.
stop the music.
Oh yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
No music, Trent.
Oh, nothing. Hold on. Got you.
If you were lucky enough to get in. For someone wanting
There
to
you go.
re-enter the crypto market, dollar cost averaging can be a really useful tool. As we know, the cryptocurrency market is exceptionally volatile. Taking a dollar cost average strategy where you enter the market incrementally in periods over time is a really easy way to mitigate that volatility because you don't know whether you're buying on the lows, the highs, or somewhere in the middle. So doing that incrementally over time can average your cost base to a level that you're probably feeling a little bit more comfortable with, as opposed to guessing as to where you're buying on the chart. The same thing can be said about exiting the market, where you don't know if you're selling at the top of the market, where you are in terms of the market cycle. So exiting the market using a dollar cost average strategy can be just as effective.
Nice. So, now I'm going to head over to our page in order to find our affiliate link here. Hold on. Give me 1 second, real quick.
1, 2, 3, 4. I declare some war. That's right. Affiliate link with Caleb and Brown. That's a cheers moment. Cheers.
Okay, sorry, I'm back. 1 second. Let me all right, so here I'll share this tab instead. It's going to it should be going. Let me see. Let's see. Caleb and Brown. Okay, so I don't know why that's not going to our personal page. I think that I have to be all right.
So you're saying it's timeout, reboot,
well,
never happened.
Just bring the music back and say a little something, Tyler, while I find this.
You know what? I don't need music for the next thing I'm going to do. I'm going to lead into coin, tell the truth, with the most amazing, incredible article. Is it okay if I pull this off the screen, Trent? Good. I'm glad you let me do that. As we got news for you guys. Check it out. Oh, geez. Not only can you not tell what this is yet, but I'm going to explain it to you. I get that privilege. All right, guys. Check it out. New York District gets an interim U.S. Attorney ex-SafeMoon CEO trial kicks off today. Yes, for those who remember 2021, SafeMoon, the biggest scam in the crypto space. Woo! The U.S. Attorney's Office overseeing the criminal case against the former CEO of SafeMoon will be headed by Trump's appointee for up to 120 days. And yes, the other two people of the not the CEO, but all the co-CEOs or what you want to say, they all pled guilty. Acting U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of New York, EDM, NY, John Durham has departed as President Donald Trump's pick and takes control of the office. Excuse me. In a May 5th notice, the U.S. Attorney's Office for EDNY said Joseph Nosala will serve as interim U.S. Attorney for the regime for 120 days or until Senate confirmed a nominee assumes the role. Nocella's appointment case as jury selections began in the criminal trial. Braden John, what's the guy's name? Carney? Is it Carney? Or am I thinking of the Canada
Carney. It's Carney.
new Canada's Prime Minister? Say, is there a coincidence between that Carney and this Carney? I don't think so. Scammers, both of them. Former CEO of the crypto firm Sanctum. It's unclear how the advancement of Nocella, is that Nocella?
I can't see it. Probably. Yeah.
Nocella appointed by the U.S. President Donald Trump this month could affect prosecutors' case against Carney. Are you sure it's Carney?
Yeah.
All right. Who faces charges of securities fraud, conspiracy, wire fraud, conspiracy, and money laundering conspiracy. Nocella said that he intended to help prosecute narcotics trafficking, gang members, terrorists, human traffickers, and other criminals. The former SafeMoon CEO asked the court in February to consider pushing back the start of the trial based on significant changes Trump had proposed affecting U.S. securities law, potentially impacting his criminal case. Though not as well known for the criminal cases involving high-profile figures in the crypto industry, the Eastern District of New York has been responsible for overseeing cases against individuals tied to digital assets, including Securities and Exchanges Commission's complaint against Hex founder Richard Hart and fraudsters. Its neighboring district of Southern District of New York will oversee the sentencing of former Celsius CEO Alex Mashinsky on May 8th. Jay Clayton.
Not Alex Mashinsky. That dude.
You don't like him?
No, okay. I mean, I have nothing against him personally, but man, Celsius screwed so many people. Like,
most people in this space, Trent, don't even know what Celsius. They're all new.
Yeah, not anymore, but they still screwed so many people. Like back in 2021, everybody was seeing the fact that they could get, in theory, 18, 20% returns off of Celsius. So what did people do? They put their whole portfolio in Celsius, or they put at least everything they had in one coin into Celsius, and they got absolutely wrecked. Like, it's I don't know enough about Alex Mashinsky personally to know if he meant for it to be a scam from the beginning. He probably didn't. Like, he probably wanted to build a successful business from the beginning. Like, he probably didn't wake up in the morning and think, I'm going to be an evil scammer, right? But, like, man, he hurt a lot of people. And his system that he built hurt a lot of people. Like,
why did Celsius go bankrupt?
Because of insolvency. They didn't
How'd that
have
happen?
because they were over leveraged. They didn't have enough reserves in their account to match what was owed to creditors. It's the same thing as a bank run, right? So they didn't have enough when people wanted to withdraw. They didn't have enough liquid assets on hand to be able to say, here you go, here's your crypto when you go to withdraw it. And that's because presumably they were taking that crypto, deposited onto the platform by creditors, taking it and going and taking out their own loans with it, putting it in all different kinds of leveraged positions, not just on derivatives markets, but in collateralized loans for themselves at an institutional level. Like, there's so many the tentacles just reach so far on that one. But yeah, man,
Bad life choices for Alex.
and we have, like, I believe in grace, right? Like, that's why I say it's nothing against Alex.
Would you ever invest into anything that Alex ever started again?
No.
Or would you think, or so you think he didn't learn from his mistakes and been like, if he gets out of this, he'd be like, okay, I'm going to start another business. Now he knows what he's doing. You would take it as a no way, Jose.
No, there's less speculative ways for me to make money in the market.
There you have it from the Trentinator. Don't trust anybody named Alex.
But I would I would have Alex on the Blockchain Brew Show to just like tell us about what happened, man.
His side of the story.
Spill the tea, or pour the beer, however you want to.
You shouldn't write him on.
Maybe I will.
A Wall Street insider and its neighboring Alex Machinsky on May 8th, J-Clan, a Wall Street insider and the former chair of the SEC, became the interim. I keep wanting to say interim of U.S. attorney for the district in April. SafeMoon, John Carney, Kyle Nagy, and Thomas Smith were charged November 2023 for derivative misappropriating millions of dollars worth of the platform's SFM token. Between 2021 and 2022, Carney has pleaded not guilty to all charges and has been free on 3 million bonds since February 2024. You know how much Carney is accused of? 9.5 million taken out of his own pockets. And guess what he spent most of it on was luxury cars and his family. Wow. And then the other two are accused of, I think, 5 million and then 3 million.
Wow.
In May 5th filing, Carney agreed to have jury selection for his trial proceed under U.S. Magistrate Judge James Cho. District Judge Eric Committee, his name's Committee, is expected to oversee the trial starting May 6th. Is that it?
Wow.
That is, man.
There we go.
But I did see this today, too, which is also really interesting, is VanEck files for BNB ETF first in the U.S. That was today. Did you know that?
Nice. I did not know that.
I couldn't find any information. I don't think it's spot. Oh, wait. Designed to be accumulated spot BNB tokens.
Yes.
We want spots, not futures. To the ETFs for good filing the first stake manager BNB ETF. United States. It still doesn't say spot besides that one spot. Spot. Go ahead, Trent. Did you able to get a link?
Yeah. I've had it up. Let me see. Let me share this tab instead, because what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run this back real quick just so it's seamless.
No, not my tab.
What?
I'm just kidding.
Oh.
I took it off.
I'm just going to run this back so that it's seamless for the clip later. So I will come over here to Caleb and Brown's own YouTube page. I'm going to play this short for us. It's about dollar cost averaging.
For someone wanting to re-enter the crypto market, dollar cost averaging can be a really useful tool. As we know, the cryptocurrency market is exceptionally volatile. Taking a dollar cost average strategy where you enter the market incrementally in periods over time is a really easy way to mitigate that volatility, because you don't know whether you're buying on the lows, the highs, or somewhere in the middle. So doing that incrementally over time can average your cost base to a level that you're probably feeling a little bit more comfortable with, as opposed to guessing as to where you're buying on the chart. The same thing can be said about exiting the market, where you don't know if you're selling at the top of the market, where you are in terms of the market cycle. So exiting the market using a dollar cost average strategy can be just as effective.
So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to share this tab instead. And we have here our personal landing page for Caleb and Brown. So I'm going to share a little bit about Caleb and Brown. And this is a crypto brokerage. Maybe if you're an OG in the space, you might kind of have this perception that Caleb and Brown is just a place where rich people and whales go to buy crypto and on the over-the-counter market, where it doesn't affect the price on exchanges, right? And people go to OTC or over-the-counter markets so that they can accumulate without spiking the price as they accumulate. But Caleb and Brown is actually has really expanded over the years to provide brokerage services. OTC is just one part of their business and their platform, right? They have a side of the platform that's for accredited investors. so to speak, but they provide brokerage services to the average person and tools to help the average person in crypto make smart, consistent investment decisions in the market and win over time. And the way that they do that is by providing more of a traditional brokerage service. And so, there are people that I know in real life. They're a bit older, granted, but and I don't mean like I don't mean older, like middle age.
You mean like 80s?
No, I mean anywhere from late middle age to retirement.
I mean, that's pretty much us, my friend. We're pretty much middle aged. We're in our 30s.
Well, I said late middle age.
Okay, we'll say 38.
No. Like anywhere from 50s, well into retirement. A lot of people are familiar with brokerage services.
Retirement. I'm sorry, I'm past middle age.
A lot of people are familiar with brokerage services that you would get in the traditional markets. Say you have a Charles Schwab account, and you've had this.
Thank you, Jesse. What's up, my friend, my brother?
Say you have this sort of retirement Charles Schwab account, and you've been communicating with your broker for decades, right, about your investment decisions. It's not so easy to just switch right away to the tech savvy element of the crypto markets, right? And what is self custody even? What is a private key? Like, doing good. How you doing, Jesse?
Fire.
What is self custody even? What is dollar cost averaging? How do I, like we saw in the short there, how do I really navigate this sort of stuff? And with Caleb and Brown, what you can do is actually text with your broker. And I saw one little example text on the site that was like, part of this is my imagination, the scenery, but you can be at the beach, right? How many times have you experienced this where you're at the beach, you're at a theme park? I've experienced this when I was at Disneyland, actually. And I'm like, man, I don't have, I can't get on, it's harder to get on some of the platforms I used from my phone and, do the things that I want to do. But I can text my broker at Caleb and Brown and say, hey, I want to buy 2 Ethereum at market price, or I want to buy 2 Ethereum if it hits. You're pulling up Coin Market Cap, seeing the price action going on during a big dip or during a pump, and you're texting your broker, I want to buy this much Ethereum at a certain price, and your broker will communicate with you and help you find the price that you want to get, without sifting through the market in front of your desktop. So not only that, I think for the newcomer, and I'll say this, and some of you heard me say this before, but in the last election, over 50% of crypto holders, or over 50% of voters in the last election held some crypto. And some crypto may mean like, $100 on Coinbase or whatever. But, the largest pool that's coming into crypto is always newcomers, because we're still early in the S curve of adoption. And so, there's tools, like everyone knows something or knows somebody in real life who asks you, if you've been in crypto for some time, they reach out to you and they ask you, their questions. They fire off their questions to you about crypto. What is self-custody? What is a private key? What is a smart contract? Like, what is a smart contract project? What is a layer 1 project? What's the best layer 1 to buy? what would be a good basket of top layer 1 projects to buy, right? Like there's all of these questions that newcomers have in the space, and a brokerage service provides help for newcomers. So
And they
anyways,
offer that. How many other places offer instant messaging to a broker to get responses on how to navigate the crypto space? Not even Coinbase has it. You go into Coinbase, you're sitting there for a couple hours before you get a response, and then once you get one, you have to wait another couple hours again. It takes a couple day thing to actually understand what the heck you're diving into. Well, when you're at a brokerage, you can just navigate that, talk to them, and they'll explain things to you in live data, and they'll help you understand. That is incredible. It's totally amazing. Something special that Caleb and Brown has absolutely mastered and put into an amazing package to be able to help onboard new users, guys. It's a great company. Fantastic.
yes. So go ahead and check out the link in the description. If this is something I'm going to be taking advantage of myself, and I'm going to do it specifically with Bitcoin, with Bitcoin dollar cost averaging, and it's I'm going to be looking at it as like retirement, long term. And I know, hey, some people are going to crucify me for that because self custody, whatever, but the company's been around.
Honestly, too, Trent, I don't think people will, because I was just listening to AJ Writes Crypto the other day, and he said the same thing. He said the internet is like, people were freaked out by the internet, didn't quite understand how to use it until it like became mass adopted. And people don't even know what's really running in the background of the internet. It's just so easy for everybody to access. That's where we have to get for mass adoption of crypto. We need to get rid of seed phrases and private keys, because all that stuff is so complicated.
Well,
for the normal people. I just don't think that most people should have that. For the normal people, what I mean. Normies to onboard aren't going to take the time to write down a 16-digit seed phrase. They need to be able to have that custody that's safely and locked away for them. That's just how it is.
Yeah, the private keys will still exist, right? But with a custodied service, they hold your private keys for you. But also with things like ZK Sync and stuff like that, you'll be able to log in with your Gmail, and it will still be encrypted in a way that is interacting with your private key. You just don't have to write down a seed phrase anymore. I personally, I prefer the traditional write down your seed phrase. And there's a portion of Bitcoin and a portion of Cardano that I'm always going to hold. Well, my Cardano, I'm always going to hold it on. Oh, yeah.
Guys, smash that like button, because we're on YouTube. We got 10 people watching. We all know that YouTube algorithm makes you ask for it. We don't want smashed down, though, because I'm asking. We want it smashed up because I'm asking. That's right, guys. And hit that subscribe button in the corners. They're in the corners somewhere. You guys got to find it. It's like a clue game. Check it out. All right. Continue, Trent.
Yeah. So, my Cardano, I'm always going to hold it on chain. Almost all of it. Unless like I'm in a leveraged trade. But even that, it's just USDT, that I have on the exchange. But, I'm always going to hold my Cardano on chain because I'm a Cardano community member, a true Cardano community member. I believe in the ethos of the community, and I'm going to stake my ADA in order to do my part in securing the network and also make some passive gains for myself, 3% APY or whatever, as I stake. So I'm always going to stake my ADA on chain no matter what. But there's a certain percentage of Bitcoin that I will hold in self-custody, and probably a larger percentage of Bitcoin, I'm just going to be honest, that I'll hold on Caleb and Brown on a brokerage exchange. because now don't quote me on this, but I think that there could be some, some ways to take advantage of, some
Great question
retirement.
for your broker.
Yeah, so there could be some ways to take advantage of some retirement tax, benefits with that as well. Again, don't quote me on that. Not financial advice, but what we will do is we will get an interview with someone from Caleb and Brown at some point to really spell out all of the benefits A to Z for you guys. But nevertheless, it's something I'll be taking advantage of. So there you have it.
There you have it, Trent. You want to lead us into some charts, or do you want me to lead into some charts?
Let's do it. I can flip over there. So Bitcoin, man, it's taking a beating. Alts are taking a beating today. But here we are in the daily chart, coming in at $94,271. And we haven't fallen out of this bull flag yet. So we're still in the range of a fake out, in my opinion. Now, what have I been saying for weeks? The 21 EMA, this white line, is being pulled up into price action. So just, 8, 9, 10 days ago, this 21 exponential moving average was all the way down at $87,000. It was all the way down here. I'll draw that up on the chart for you. Right about there was where the 21 EMA was coming in just 8, 9, 10 days ago. What's happened is that we've pulled the 21 EMA up into price action, and now we only have to come down a little further to perfectly retest the 21 EMA. And I'm not even saying we're going to get there. And if we have to fall past the 21 EMA before we go up, I would think that we come to the 50.
Dang, those 5 zeros always pesky.
I would think that we come to the 50 EMA. And the 50 and the 100 are sitting at right around the same spot. I don't think that we go much lower than that. I don't like that we're getting a bearish cross on the MACD right now.
Dip,
But
man. That means a dip, right?
it does, but that can spend a couple days like that, and then it can cross bullish again. So the RSI is now resetting back into the 50s. And the important part about that is that we haven't even dipped that much yet, right? It's only taken, I'll measure it for us, it's only taken a almost 4% dip in order for the RSI to go from 70 to 59. And just like that, we've reset on the RSI. And we go a little bit lower, we reset even more, and we have that much more room to run back up, creating higher lows. And there's nothing about this chart that makes me not bullish on the daily. I'm just going to be honest. Even this close right here, this candle close, we have the rest of today into, tomorrow evening now, to see this candle potentially even turn green again. Who knows? So I don't know. The only thing that I really don't love about this chart is the bearish cross on the MACD, but there are examples, let's say right here. right back here, you kind of dip, you cross bearish and then cross bullish again. It's kind of like on Market Cipher, how you get like a green dot, red dot, and then a green dot again. You know what I mean? Like any like indicators are going to do that sort of thing where there are times, this is why you have to have confluence. Indicators are going to do this thing where at times they give you not mixed signals, but bearish signals that are not quite as bearish as other times. And bullish signals that are not quite as bullish as other times.
So which is better, confluence or bullish divergence?
Well, bullish divergences, RSI divergences are you can like almost take them to the bank. Like that's the most that's one of the most powerful indicators on the charts in my mind, period.
Do you go off the wicks on divergences or do you go off the bodies?
It doesn't matter. Like you can go off the wicks. Like the thing is, because they're staggered, you have like slightly lower low on price, with a slightly higher high on the RSI with a bullish divergence. The way that they're staggered, the body and the wick are both going to be slightly lower, right? So you have this one that I drew back here. Yeah, sure, I drew it off the wick, but the body is also lower. Same thing if I go from here to here, right? If I draw this one back here on the chart, coming from now, this is like, you got to kind of see it. The RSI is only slightly higher, but you have this lower candle, and you can draw it wick to wick, or you can draw it candle body.
Guys, if you want to see me and Trent do a trading competition one of these Saturdays, 1-on-1, 1v1, let us know. We'll both start with the same amount of money, and we'll both see who can trade better. I'll use Market Cipher, and Trent will use his brain.
Hey, we can, we can do it with demo trading.
No, I think real fun's the way to go.
Well, yeah, but I'm running out of
Trent, we don't need to do something extreme.
No. I'm saying I'm just running. One of my open positions right now is I accidentally put it on cross margin.
Well,
I guess it still wouldn't matter, but
if you need like $10 or something, just let me know, Trent. We'll trade with $10. Something new for you.
It's not that. It's just, yeah, I guess it still wouldn't matter, but $10
is $10, Trent.
On cross margin, your open positions are actually pulling liquidity from each other, so to speak.
Yeah, but you're way up in profits. You won't have to worry about that. True.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. Yeah, that's a good point.
If $10 gets liquidated, I will laugh.
Well,
I mean, I would be very sad for you. It would be kind of comical.
No, but I mean yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's fine. Let's do it.
It's on, like Donkey Kong says.
So,
very dong.
Real quick, I'm going to look at the 3-day chart. So we've got a similar thing. The 21 EMA is down here at 89.
Oh, Trent.
Yeah.
It's funny that you pulled up the 3-day because I have it pulled up on my screen, and I have bullish divergence, double bottom, and on the 3-day.
Yeah, on Bitcoin. Yeah, I see it right here.
Yeah, I went from the bullish divergence though on that double bottom. I went with the wicks. Gave me the bullish divergence.
Right. Now, on the 3-day chart, this candle could still turn around and break bullish out of this flag right here. Something interesting. Well, let me go to the lower time frames first, and then I'll show you
You should start on the 1 minute.
a potential trade that I could be looking at right now.
Do you like trading Bitcoin? Or do you like trading altcoins more?
Both, for different reasons.
Do you like trading ADA? Do you have a short ADA or do you just long it?
I will never short ADA.
Okay, just because you said that, I'm going to short it for both of us.
I will short other things to the
I will
grand
short
side.
it during the trading tournament. One-on-one.
So on the 4-hour time frame, we are underneath the 21 EMA. Okay, not beautiful, but not terrible either. Look, the RSI is getting low here. Like, I don't know how much lower we go when the RSI is, breaching oversold areas already. It's already dipped into the 30s. Also, not everybody loves to do this, but I think it's interesting seeing patterns on the RSI. Right? What do you have there?
Boobs!
This is my intoxicated artwork.
Yeah, try.
I gotta try to draw that better. Let me see if I do any better this time.
Triangle boobs! This channel's not meant for kids. Can you do a radio voice, Trent, when you do it?
Not really, but my point is that that's a W forming on the RSI, and I'll go ahead and get rid of that.
You know what, if it makes you feel any better, before you get rid of that, Jason Casper calls those slanted butt cheeks.
Yeah, the uneven booty cheek pattern.
Yeah. The uneven booty cheek pattern.
Right.
Patrick Swayze's in the house.
The MACD is rounding out down here to where it could cross bullish soon, and it's under the 0 line, which means we can break from a low point above the 0 line. It's the trampoline effect, right? You jump onto a trampoline and you go and touch the ground. If you go and touch the ground, it's the best momentum you're gonna get when you spring up.
That's
right?
really interesting that your RSI says that you are. What time frame are you on? The 4 hour?
4 hour, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then come down here to the 1 hour and see what we did here. It's another one of those things where we kind of broke a bearish cross on the RSI right here, and then we just now have peaked back above the we peaked back above the purple line above the yellow line. So, there's like mixed signals you can get on these indicators. It's not mixed signals. It's just, certain times where bullish indicators are not as bullish as they, typically would be, and bearish indicators are not typically as bearish as they would be. And you end up with a sort of, a mixed signal. You end up with to use market cipher language, you end up with a green dot, red dot, green dot effect.
How do you know that?
What do you mean?
Well, you don't have market cipher.
Well, I'm not saying that green dot, red dot, green dot is what's showing on market cipher right now.
That's my trend. Is the green dot, red dot, green dot indecision?
Oh, is it? Well, see, yeah, I was just saying that from what I'm reading on my chart right now, that's the example that would come to my mind.
I'm looking forward to a trading competition with you, Trent. It's going to happen. 1 minute chart and 5 minute candles. That's what we're going to do. 2 hours.
Hey, see, that's really interesting, though, because I'm not looking at market cipher. I don't have it. I've watched enough people use it that I understand some concepts, but no, I am purely just looking at what you see on my chart right now and telling you that the same indecision that you would see on an indicator on a paid indicator like Market Cipher is the same indecision that I'm getting from just a few things: the candlesticks, the EMA bands, the Bollinger bands, the RSI, and the MACD.
So, if I was to make a trade right now on the 1 hour on Bitcoin off Market Cipher with the imminent data that I have, that being said, we are touching the 21. I would short the market with my what I'm looking at.
I can understand that. I personally wouldn't short just based off of my bias.
Yeah.
Right. But yes, from what I'm seeing on the chart, I totally understand what you're saying. But I would put a stop.
I don't know how low we can go. If I had to guess using Market Cipher, I would short it to 93K.
I would put a stop right above the 21 EMA.
Touching the oh yeah.
I
realized Market Cipher has those 6 lines that fade black and white, not black and white. I haven't figured out which time frame those all are because I have to go back and check. But those are EMAs, and you have the MAs on at the same time.
Oh, okay.
Is that interesting?
Yeah.
You know how many people use Market Cipher and don't understand what everything does?
Right, I'm sure. I will go down real quick to the 15-minute chart, and again,
Head and shoulders.
you're pushing up to the 21 EMA. Point of control is above you, but you have crossed bullish on the RSI, and the MACD is rounding out, could cross bullish anytime. 7-minute. We are breaking above the 21 EMA on the 7-minute, and if we break the 200 EMA on the 7-minute, it is long time. Now, again, that's just on the 7-minute time frame.
What color? When you go through your TA, you should tell us what the candle, all the lines mean.
Oh, that's why I try to bring.
Every day we'll have new people in.
Yeah, I try to bring my
and your
my
candle and your
crosshair.
lines mean different names.
Right, which is why I try to bring my crosshair right to it when I say that. But yeah, the red line, not the squiggly red line, but the clean red line.
The one on top or the one that's just very smooth?
The one that's smooth. I mean, if I take the Bollinger band off, which also takes my 21 EMA off, but yeah, now it's the only red line on the chart. Right.
Yeah.
So
do you have which trading view do you buy every year?
The basic one where you don't get
all this goodies.
Well, no, you get.
What time of year do you buy?
See, yeah, I know you bought yours on Black Friday. That's when I need you.
That's what Crypto Lifer told me, and then I was like, okay, I'm in. And then I did it, and I was like, wow.
Yeah,
that was incredible.
See, like I don't know somewhere between like $14 and $20 a month. I think I pay like $14 a month or something. But
do you know of any other trading platform besides TradingView?
No.
That's what I was thinking of. Like, I can't think of anything else.
No, but they do exist. But yeah, no, I pay like $14 a month for TradingView, and I get 5 indicators that I can put on my chart at one time. The only thing that I don't get that I would kind of like is to be able to see the ones like the second intervals, to see time frames under a minute. See the 1 second chart, for example. But the only reason I care about that, I'm just going to be honest, is so that I could put a live stream up and just play the 1 second chart with some music behind it. Yeah, we are continuing to break above the 21 EMA on the 7-minute chart. So I like what I'm seeing right there. I think, you could long it right now if you were being aggressive, or you could wait for a cross above the 200 EMA at $94,548, and then, take your profit, on the way up from there.
Trent, can I get a request for you to look at pudgy penguins?
Yeah. Real quick, before I look at Punchy Penguins, I'm gonna look at Ondo on the 3-day chart.
No, you gotta look at pudgy.
All right, real quick. Ondo on the 3-day chart.
I want to make a trade off your TA.
Okay. I'm gonna get rid of that line that I drew. But here we have Ondo on the 3-day chart, and we have almost like a cup and handle on the 3-day chart. And that, if we take the measured move from the bottom to the neckline, right? And then we measure that, that could bring us to anywhere from $1.30 to $1.40. There's a good bit of resistance coming in on the volume profile at $1.30, so you could trade that move and then take your profit at $1.30 and look for something else after. But I think that's looking pretty good.
Trent.
Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna brag too much. But I just opened up a long and I just closed some pudgy penguins 4% gain.
Nice.
I'm feeling pretty savage right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Nice. I'm just gonna get rid of those lines now. So I do see that cup and handle, and the other thing that I see is this right here, a falling wedge. On the 3-day chart. Now that really is what a cup and handle is, right? Like the handle of a cup is basically a falling wedge. But nonetheless, this gives us a nice breakout here on the 3-day chart. Also, the Bollinger Bands. The Bollinger Bands on the 3-day chart. You have the green line right here and the red line up here are squeezing together. They're getting tighter than we've seen them in a long time. Look
up to 2%.
Look at the last time that the Bollinger Bands started to contract this tightly on Ondo on the 3-day chart. You see it? The last time that they started to contract real tight like that led to this breakout. Now, I will say, like, the Bollinger Bands constricting just means that volatility is coming, right? The Bollinger Bands constricting means that there is a lack of volatility right now. It means that there's sideways trading going on. And so it means that there is low volatility on the chart. But whenever there's low volatility on the chart, it means that there's an occasion for volatility to rush back into the chart, right? So the Bollinger Bands constricting just means a big move is coming, right? You have to look at the rest of your data to find out whether that big move is up or down. And so, like, I'm going to say, because we're seeing a rounded bottom here, right? because we're seeing a rounded bottom, because we're seeing the MACD continue to move up toward the 0 line, because we're seeing this RSI pattern right here on the 3-day chart, kind of the purple line is coming back down to the yellow line, but now it's starting to come sideways and curve up, like it's going to pinch together and not quite cross bearish. And I'll draw that right there, right? So all of these indicators to me, the cup and handle, the rounded bottom, the falling wedge, the fact that the RSI looks like it's going to save itself from crossing bearish, the fact that the MACD is starting to separate right here and push the blue line separate from the MACD line separating from the signal line and pushing up toward the 0 line. The fact that we're that we may be holding support right here on the point of control, the fact that there's a low volume gap above us here, like all of these signals to me are showing that the tight contraction on the Bollinger Bands are pointing to a snap upward for the price. So, that's Ondo on the 3-day chart. I'm telling you, like, I think we're in for a good snap to the upside that's coming, soonish. We're on the 3-day chart, so I'm saying soonish. So, yeah. How are you feeling? What are you thinking?
I'm thinking that I've been scalping Pudgy while you were talking. You didn't say if you're going to look at it or not.
Oh, okay, here I go. It's Pengu, right?
Yeah. Sorry, I put another login. It is PENG. You should pull it up.
PNG.
PENG.
It's Pengu. PNGU, right?
Yeah, why is it pumping, Trent? I'm just scalping the crap out of it right now.
So let me go to the 1 hour.
I don't know. I know you're not supposed to do this, but I made like 5 trades on like the last couple seconds.
Yeah. Let's see here. 1 hour. You still have some room. Like, look at how sharp the RSI is.
Oh, dude, I know. I looked at it like, what the heck is going on with it?
Yeah, you're not quite to 70, and this move is really sharp on the RSI. The MACD has like snapped up. Obviously you have this big candle. Eesh. The 21 EMA is curving up. We have the 50 EMA just crossed bullish above the 100 EMA. Let me go to the 4 hour to see where there's resistance. Wow, even on the 4 hour, the MACD is crossing above the 0 line right now on the 4 hour, which tells me this could be part of a bigger move.
You know why it's breaking out? Did they get like news?
I have no clue. But I'm looking at this MACD on the 4 hour, and I'm thinking to myself that that this could be part of a bigger move. It's not just
You thinking about putting a trade in on it?
Me personally, I don't think I'm going to, but I think you're definitely, I think you're probably going to come into gains if you do. Like, look at this is one of those coins. If you come back to here, look how much time it can spend above 70 on the RSI. I mean, even getting up to close to 90. Like, it can spend all of this time right here oversold on the RSI. And right now, it's only at 60 on the RSI on the 4 hour. So this pump still has room to run. Like, it still has a lot of room to run, actually. Let me look at the daily. Just because I need to see where there's resistance coming in. Man, we got above a pretty important volume node right there. I would say that you could get resistance coming in at the 100 EMA at 0.012239. I would feel good about targeting that level as a take profit. Now I will say on the daily, the RSI is a little higher, 66 or so. But again, that still has room to run. But look at what happened the last time that you tried to cross the 100 EMA, right? You got above it, and then you had this bearish hammer candle right here with the long wick to the upside. Getting too far above the 100 on this chart.
Nothing's going on with all the memes, Trent. If you look at all the memes, Pengu is leading the way, but like Bonk is up at 3% and it has a green dot. Turbo's up like 5 Elliott wave candles in a row. I'm looking at other things like Brett hasn't done it yet. SPX is getting there. It's chasing. Chill guy is getting there. It's 5 green candles in a row.
Well, Bitcoin's getting a bounce at support. So what that tells me is that it opens the door for speculation right now.
Even Pepe is looking like it wants to move. Farcoin is starting to get that pump to the upside.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Hmm.
Bullish divergence on Farcoin.
What's up, Day's Eye?
Day's Eye, what's up, man? We're crack-a-lacking on these memes right now. All the memes are pumping. Trent was talking about Onda, which I hold a humongous bag of. I was scalping the Pengu coin. It's pumping 13.1% the last day, but the last hour it's up 6.7%. Bonk is up 3.5% this last hour. Shiv is starting to move and wake up, but Turbo's waking up. Brett is starting to wake up. SPX is starting to wake up. Popcat's starting to wake up. Peanut's starting to wake up. They're all getting ready. The memes are waking up, man.
Yeah, man. So what do you say? It's getting close to 9. We've been on here over an hour. We don't have meme coins 2.0. We don't have some of our normies in here, so what do you say we start getting close to calling it a win for tonight?
I think so too.
Yeah.
Day, we will look at any coin you want with no super chats because you're the only guy in here right now. What would you like to look at before we go?
He may also just be hopping on here to show some support. He's a friend of mine. So I think there's some. We have some viewers on Twitter right now, but they're probably not commenting. Shout out to the Twitter community.
Twitter.
community.
X, I don't even know her.
Yeah. So some of our takeaways, from this stream so far is that, we have Bitcoin holding some support. We have, Ondo looking good on the 3-day chart with a cup and handle and a falling wedge. And we have meme coins potentially signaling the beginning of the next move up. Meme coins could be front running the rest of the market right now, and we wake up in the morning to a bigger pump for the rest of the market. That could very well be a thing. What do you think about that, Tyler? Like, we see that
Meme coins been doing it the whole time, man. That's what I think. I think this is nothing but bullish and good news for us.
Yeah. That's something that you have to factor in as well, where the charts are telling you what they're telling you, right? The candlesticks, the EMA bands, the Bollinger bands, the RSI, the MACD.
Right.
Like if you're a market cipher user like Tyler is, then the green dots are telling you something. The
Did we just
VWAP
get
is telling you
rated on X? Because frick me, man, 31 viewers all of a sudden.
Yeah, I know. So all of these things are telling you something, right? But you also have to look at these kind of these macro, not macroeconomic, but macro niche trends in crypto, where some sectors will start to move before other sectors, and every time that you see that pattern kind of repeat itself again, that something's coming, right? And how many times have we seen a bottom during bullish momentum? Like, we've seen a retrace when things are bullish, and then memes kind of they kind of snap real quick before the rest of the market comes back to life. So that could definitely be what we're seeing right now.
That's very interesting, Trent. Very interesting, because before I would assume that we would have more downwards price action, but the fact that everything's pumping makes me feel differently.
Yeah, and it's not even everything. It's specifically memes, but that can be a front runner.
Oh, that's not just memes, because ADA's not pumping.
Dude, what is going on the viewers right here? Let me check YouTube real quick.
I'm on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm on Studio on the back end. We are getting a spike on YouTube. If you are watching on YouTube right now, I just want to implore you that it would touch Tyler. It would touch T-Square right in his
there
heart.
you go.
It would touch,
Right here, right where my polka dot is.
it would touch T-Square right in his polka dot.
That poke hole. That's a hole to my heart.
It would touch him right in his poke hole,
Love it.
guys. If you smashed the like button. Man, not sure. Daniel, what's up, man? Not sure if I should
different
open.
Daniel.
Daniel,
What's up, brother?
yeah, I get it. I get what you're saying.
No. You do want to open along. What you need to do is 100x leverage your entire portfolio right now on Fortcoin. Just don't think about it. Go to sleep on it. Wake up and see where you're at. Not financial advice, but you should do it.
Daniel Ghazi, JG, what's up? Daniel, I do believe you've subscribed before, right? But if not, it would touch Tyler right in his heart.
Daniel, JG, guess what I found today in the T-Square's trinkets? Check it out. Ready? Check this out. Woo! I don't even know what these are, but I looked them up, and I was like, what? A badminton racket? No way! And then I looked it up. It's like titanium mesh. You guys can't even see that. It's all one piece. This sucker right here is $150 on eBay. I thought I was just gonna go take it to my parents' house to have fun, and just think it's funny fun not to get the birdie stuck in them. But I got 3 of them. Here's the other 2.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah! Let's go. Badminton summer. Badminton summer. We're not getting any birdies stuck in these. Some guy was moving, and I took advantage of it.
How much do you think those are again?
Those are about $150.
Oh, you know what? I didn't even get into this. You know, Daniel mentioned the Fed rates. I'm going to share this real quick just because we got people on here.
People? I don't see people.
Cash out in December and buy a badminton court. So
It was funny. I actually pick up a garbage badminton place, and I kid you not, sorry my language, but there's a cubic ass load of shit of birdies that were used up, and it's like these giant bins, and they're just filled with like used badminton birdies, and you're like, who uses so many birdies? Ferociously.
also, I want to say, if you're watching on X right now, if you're watching on Twitter right now, I just want to ask you for, out of the goodwill of your heart, for the support of going over to YouTube. If you wouldn't mind, do you have X pulled up, Tyler?
I do.
Can you drop the link to our YouTube in the chat on X?
I can.
Like, out of the goodwill of your heart, if you're watching on X right now, I just want to ask you for the support of heading over to our YouTube channel and clicking subscribe. You know, it's a tough grind out there on YouTube, and I think we're doing really well.
YouTube makes us have to ask for these. It is terrible. You have to ask for them though, otherwise you get passed up by the other people.
But you know, like we're out here grinding. It's only been 8 weeks or so, but man, we're coming to you live almost every day. We're posting videos and shorts. We're, you know, we're grinding. We're doing the thing, you know, and yeah,
2 sponsors.
Support us.
Caleb and Brown and the Crypto Analyzer tool. Check them out, guys. They're free.
Yes. And you can trade, you know, with our link on BidFi. So that said, I want to share with us this little tidbit. Now, I don't want to suggest that this is like gospel, okay? Like the odds are certainly that we're not getting a rate cut until June. Okay, I want to be clear. But let's just speculate a little, okay? That in this post, Against Wall Street says on May 7th, the Federal Reserve will reveal its interest rate decision. While the majority anticipates that rates will stay unchanged, I'm part of the 2%, as shown in the visual, who expect a cut. Let me explain why I'm betting on a rate reduction. Bitcoin, as indicated by the yellow circle, after the consolidation at 85K, Bitcoin price moved in sequence to 88K, 86K, 94K, as marked by the 3 white arrows here, okay? As highlighted by the green circle following the consolidation at 95K, the price has shifted to 98K to 96K. If a familiar pattern continues, I expect it to reach 103 next week. As you can see in the quoted post, my target is still the all-time high.
All-time high.
And then initially, Fed Chair Powell declared that inflation was way too high to justify lowering rates. Yet, inflation has been trending downward. In fact, it has fallen to the same level where he cut rates last year, but this time he's held off. Later, Powell pivoted, stating that core PCE, personal consumption expenditures, is a key metric for the Fed. This month, it hit 0. Yes, 0. Instead of acting, he quickly began searching for fresh excuses and turned his attention to employment. Powell stressed that the employment of everyday citizens is what truly matters. However, the visuals revealed employment is showing signs of strain. It's well known that companies tend to be slow in pulling job postings, which means the real situation could be bleaker than it seems. So, what did Powell do during the election period? Let's take a look at the graph that shows US 10-year break-even inflation rate, which tracks Treasury market investors' average 10-year inflation expectations. The red line shows that in November and December, when Powell was cutting rates, inflation expectations were higher than they are now. That's right. He lowered the rates despite his own rhetoric. Why? I'm also sharing a graph comparing the US 2-year Treasury yield to the Fed's interest rate. Back in 2021, well before runaway inflation hit, the 2-year yield spiked, sounding an early alarm. The Fed, however, was sluggish in responding, and inflation soared as a result. Since March 2023, the script has flipped. The 2-year yields are now dropping while the Fed keeps its rate stubbornly high and steady. In other words, the market is pricing in a recession, but Powell is standing pat. I'm predicting a rate cut on May 7th. If it doesn't happen, I expect a 50 basis point slash in June, though by then it might be too late to avert some damage. Powell has become wholly politicized, locked in a showdown with Trump. There's no other way to explain this degree of obstinance. So, look, the Fed Watch tool is almost always right. Okay, and going based off of that, I'm not telling anybody to put it along right now based on this X thread. Okay, the Fed Watch tool is almost always right, and it's telling us that rate cuts won't come until June. However, anything can happen. This is, after all, a prediction. Not a prediction market, but it's a prediction tool. And it is not infallible. And what that thread is telling us is that all of the metrics that should trigger a rate cut are being hit. So I don't know. We say, hey, I'm worried about longing alts right now before the FOMC, and that's wisdom. However, it's tough if you're longing with money that you're willing to lose on a bet, right? Then, hey, you put your liquidation price low enough and ride the roller coaster of the FOMC on Thursday, you can come up pretty big. So, I don't know, to each his own. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking that if you don't got Cardano tools, man, we're crushing it tonight, guys. Thank you so much for your support coming in on X like a beast over here, and YouTube's crushing it. You guys are kicking ass and really helping us go the extra mile. And we do have a link in our bio for Caleb and Brown, and we also have a link in a bio for BitFi, another great trading platform, because you can trade and get paid in the same token that you're trading in. So that's kind of cool. You make a trade in Solana, get paid in Solana. You make a trade in Bitcoin, you can get paid in Bitcoin. Called CoinM. Check it out. Caleb Brown. Guys, if you want an excellent brokerage, check our link out in the bio for Caleb and Brown.
Yeah, that, and where is our YouTube link? Let's see. Your channel.
Isn't the one comment?
Share channel. copy. Were you able to get that in there earlier?
Yeah. It's right there. Oh no, wait. What is it at? Was here.
Let's see. We would
I could put one back in there.
greatly appreciate
Oh, weird.
if you follow our link to YouTube
It didn't save. It went in as the
and
title.
subscribe for all our hard work.
When I copy the YouTube link, it doesn't give me that the link.
Oh, got you. Yeah, so again, we still got 63
Yeah.
viewers live on.
It's in there now.
We would greatly appreciate if you show some support for everything that we're putting into this. It's been everyone wants to start a YouTube channel. Not everyone, but a lot of people want to start a YouTube channel, but it's a flash in the pan, right? We've shown that
What's up,
we're
Yola?
here to add value, and we're here to grind, and it's a hard grind. It's a hard business, but we're committed and dedicated. And
you're right, Yola. There should be a cut.
Yeah,
100% should be a cut.
yeah. And like if anyone that will hop over and, hey, Jesse, thanks for still being on here, man. Anyone that would follow our link over to YouTube, we would again, it would touch Tyler right in his heart. Right in his
No, who's Tyler?
it would touch T Square right in his heart if you guys hit that subscribe button.
Let's
So
go.
we sign off or what? I mean, I don't know where all these views are coming from, but
I have a hard time signing off right now. We're just so popular.
Can I see?
yeah, so we right there, but I don't know what's coming from X and what's coming from JG.
We got 68 from X.
Crypto apps?
Guys, what are the cool crypto apps out there? I just got
Mining.
Crypto Panic and Crypto Bubbles. And pie mining, she said.
Mine your pie with my link. I'm just kidding.
Probably CoinGlass. CoinGlass is pretty good at that tracking the whale movement for you.
Yeah. I mean, you basically hit it right there, but I use those on
Owl Pride.
desktop anyways.
Owl Pride.
Crypto Analyzer Pro,
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Crypto,
that's-
yeah,
hey,
yeah, totally. 100%.
Yeah.
Check it. Crypto Analyzer. JG, I know we were talking about last time you were here, but it does pull up all the news articles.
Right. Which is what you're going to Crypto Panic for.
Dude,
I'm
we're
really
gonna break
familiar
100
with
tonight,
Crypto
Trent.
Panic. I get it. I know.
Tell Molly to go share us.
Let me see. I just gotta see real quick what we're doing on. Hey, we gained a sub. Not too shabby. Again, anyone else that's watching right now on X, we would love and appreciate if you simply followed the link to YouTube and
Guys, check it out. We're gonna go
check
look
this
at
out.
we're gonna go look at some Pengu, man. It's dumping right now. I'm gonna bring us over to Bitcoin. I'm gonna give you a 30-second crash course on what Bitcoin's doing. I mean, like the 6 minute. That's why I'm gonna trade it on the 6 minute. I can instantly see this. Whoa! Can you guys see it? I can see it. If you guys can't see it, that's where we're here to help you for what is going on. We are making moves on the 6 minute. Bouncing off the top of the triangular range. We'll probably come back down to the 21 MA, and then we will decide if we are going to bounce up and break down. It looks like we might currently come back down for a little bit. We're going to jump to the 24 minute. 24 minutes knocking on the top door. Everybody knows what's in the top door. It's the best room in the house. You got the view of everybody coming in to deliver a package to your door. We want that top door open, guys, okay? Not just that, but we have an anchor trigger wave right here. We're going to touch the trigger wave. We're going to touch our anchor wave to the trigger wave. There you go, all right? We got green. Green means money number go up. We want that strength. It's the purple line. The RSI is saying coming up. The VWAP is still slightly up. The red is usually a sign of bearishness, but the red line is shrinking, which is a sign of bullish money coming in on the 1 hour. Coming back to the 24 minute. The 1 hour, we created a doji candle on the green, okay? We're coming down green. Number go up. Strength is tilting upwards, okay? That's a very good sign. VWAP shrinking up to the upside. Fantastic. The blue oscillator waves are starting to mellow out. They're coming in almost in an inward projection. We might just make a little scoop, get a little trigger wave. Boom, there we go. We are good on the 1 hour. We have a little red dot on the 4 hour, but not too, or almost a red, just a red candle. It's not even doji, just a red candle. But we have a green dot, double green dot, saying that was the bottom, okay? Strength coming down, red means number go down, okay? But in the 1 hour, we are good. The 24 minute, we are good, okay? Strength trading sideways. VWAP coming down. We are a little bit in red, but the anchor wave is coming deeper. So we will see what will happen in the 4 hour. If the 24 minute and the 1 hour can flip it, okay? Okay, good. The 12 hour, we have a doji candle. Doji candles usually are signals of trend reversals. Okay, we got anchor wave. We maybe will make a trigger wave, okay? But this is a bearish anchor, okay? Bearish anchor. This right here, we want this as a bullish anchor. If we can come down and make a nice trigger wave right here and go with this VWAP and the money flow and the strength, we can flip these anchor and trigger waves into our own benefit, okay? That's good. That's what we want to see. We go to the daily. The daily looks solid, okay? The green number go up. Strength kind of chilling out for a second, but the blue oscillator waves cooling off, which you kind of want to see a little bit, because if you just go up, number go up, don't go up forever, okay? Just remember that. So this is a sign of healthy retracement. It's what we like to see. The VWAP is starting to curve to the upward side. Great. We really want to see that. Money flow still in green. Green, everybody knows green is like water. It makes the plants grow. Green's like the plants. You need water to make that stuff go up, okay? When the water comes into the green, you get the plants to grow. Yellow is the sun. We want the sun to come up. We need all that stuff to make the perfect formula to grow our garden that's going to blossom in December. That's right. It's going to be a winter garden, guys. That's what we're hoping for. It is a beautiful thing, a beautiful trend, okay? Okay, now we're going to scroll over to gold, take a quick peek before we go into Ethereum. Gold's making a nice move to the upside, okay? With this green dot's probably going to play out. It didn't even want to make a trigger wave to the downside. It made a green dot with the VWAP. The strength is coming up, okay? That's a good sign. Okay? And when I go to Ethereum, the 12-minute on Ethereum. Let's go, guys. We're going to go into my radio voice.
Hey,
welcome to the 1-800 broadcast. That's right, 1-800 broadcast of Crypto Brew Show.
Hold on, real quick. This is going to be my impromptu Cardano spotlight for today. I was looking at the back end of our YouTube right now, and I'm going to share it real quick. Let me see here. Add this to stage. I just got to share this because I just saw it and it's too good. So somebody commented right now on my latest Cardano video that I posted, and someone said, this guy's been holding since $2.50. Dreamer. Cardano ETF isn't going to do jack shit for the price. So look, the uninformed, ignorant, like off the cuff responses, emotional responses.
Taz, okay, go ahead.
In some of these comments, like he says, this guy's been holding since $2.50. For your information, I bought exactly 0 of my ADA at $2.50. Did I buy some of my ADA above $1? Yeah. Did I buy some of my ADA above $1.20? Yeah. In 2021, yeah, I did. I guess what I did. I saw more than a double off of that. And you know what? I was new to crypto. Did I write it back down? Yeah, I did. But over those next 2 years, like, I scooped up so much ADA at 24 cents that my average entry price was brought down to like 34 cents, guys. So, hey, I'm gonna get my dog to stop barking real quick. But what should I respond to this guy in the comments?
Tell him to take advantage of the low numbers and not just buy at the top and hold for the top.
Yeah, right.
Stop being a topper. If nobody likes a topper. Tell him he should be trying being on the bottom.
I'm in DCA, bro. My average entry is.
I think you should tell him instead of being a top, he should be at a bottom.
Is 35 cents because I went in so hard at 24 cents. So
Oh, Taz, just so you know, I would be short term bullish on Bitcoin, and I say short term because I think the 24-minute and the 1 hour are bullish, but the 4 hour still has a little of indecision. So you kind of could say we're gonna be bullish the next hour to 3 hours, and then depending on what the 4 hour decides wants to do, that would tell us if we would become bearish. Bullish on, but we are bullish long term or mid term. Let's say midterm and long term, because midterm, I guess you could say like the next week, I'm bullish, and then I'm bullish also for the rest of the year. I don't think we top. I think we still have Bitcoin's top coming.
And Taz, I just want to say, if this is your first time on here, it would touch Tyler.
Nope.
It would touch T Square.
There you go.
Right in his heart.
No, polka dot.
Right in his polka dot. If you hit the subscribe button. So there it is.
Do you guys recognize all these symbols? How many do you guys recognize? It's Bitcoin, Polkadot, Ethereum, Algorand, XRP. You can't really see it, but it's like the black square that has nothing in it. And I think that's it. They should make one of these shirts, Trent. We should make some of these shirts and sell them as ours, but just the ISOs on there. All the ISOs.
Right?
That includes Cardano. Cardano is kind of like a special niche, okay, guys? It's an ISO 222s, but it's also a meme coin. So you kind of get two things for your buck.
Yeah. Well,
Did you catch that? I said Cardano. Trent, you muted yourself. Stop. Go touch your Polkadot again.
Sorry, I was just gonna say it's about time for me to.
So close to 100.
I know.
92, Trent.
Here, keep going while I take care of my dog for a minute.
You guys, somebody has to share it just so we can go to bed. We got 92. We're so close to 100. We just want to smash that record. Smash that like button or that heart if you're on X. That's right, guys. I'm gonna pitch it to you all night. Taz, you're in here. Let's take a look at or actually, I think we did Bitcoin, but we could go back to Bitcoin, or we could do Ether. I don't even know her. All right, what do we got going on Ether, man? That's ugh. The good news is we got a green line means money flow coming in, and the strength is curving up. We'll probably have anchor wave, trigger wave. Just the candles themselves look terrible. The VWAP curving to the upside on the 1 hour. The 4 hour, finding the strength, purple line strength coming down. Money flow leaving Ether is coming down. But usually if you say a triple bottom, that's usually a sign of being bullish. but it's just Ether's been so negative in this space. It's really hard. We have a almost doji candle, but we have an X that says short. Money, green line saying coming up, strength cap plateauing. What is going on? Dude, Ether has been so hard to read. It's been harder than XRP lately. What the hell? The XRP, at least it gives you clear views on what the heck's going on. That's why we like XRP. I almost want it to come down a little bit so we can make another anchor or trigger wave, so we kind of get like almost Jesus take the wheel type pattern on here to shoot us to the upside. Green means number go up. Ripple line's plateauing. We have a double green dot saying that this was our local bottom for the 12-minute. Green dot still there. Compromise. It's agreeing with itself. Okay, how's that? Green go up. Strength coming up. Where's the 21? 21's up here. We're definitely, I think we're going to go up at least to the 21. Hopefully we can get the 21 across the red. That'd be the most ideal, which is the 50-day. Oh, dude, this is totally turning out into like a Jesus take the wheel pattern. You got the arm, the head, and you got a second arm coming up. We just need a green dot to form to give us that confirmation for Jesus take the wheel pattern. Money flow coming up, curving up, strength coming up, VWAP coming up. The red wave's still kind of like not agreeing with us, but that's really the only deteriorator in it. Oh, dude. The 4 hour, 3 big green dots, and we have indecision if it wants to go down anymore, which is a great sign.
Hey, Tyler, it's time for me to hop off.
I agree.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you, Brew Crew, for showing up to give us all the support and love. We appreciate you guys. We'll be back tomorrow at 7:30 Pacific Northwestern time. Expect an update throughout the day. We appreciate the love. Thank you, Brew Crew. Thank you for all of our fans on X. We love you guys. You guys look great.